Welcome to SolidCAM Professor. I'm Sydney, your SolidCAM Professor, and in this session we'll be doing part 3 of our lesson on pocket machining. In my previous lesson, we completed machining down to this level over here, the entire pocket, including our finish operation. Now I'd like to go down to the next step. So what I'll do is start a new pocket operation. And when I go to my geometry, what I have to do is I have to create a geometry where the outside boundary is over here, around the part, and the islands is my second and third geometry around. Now, I can either choose this one at a time by constant Z, or I can simply go into multi-chain, which is what I'll do. Simply click on the floor itself, and that'll automatically build my chain boundaries for the pocket machining, and I'll simply accept that. The next thing I have to do is obviously pick my tool, so I'll go down to Tools and pick the tool, and I'll be using my 10mm and mill for the part itself. My levels. My upper level in this particular case will be this step over here, since I've already machined down up until that level itself, and my pocket depth will be up until the floor here itself. Notice over here it says -20 at my Z level. When I get over to here at my pocket depth, it shows me 12. That's 12mm underneath my upper level of -8. Now in my technology area, again, I'll be using the contour option for milling out the pocket, and I'll use 65%. I'll leave a wall offset of 0.3mm, and over here I also have to do an island offset. If I want to go to the island exactly to the very finish of it, I'll just leave it at 0. But if I want to do an offset, I can also do an offset here. In other words, I have complete control of my wall offset and island offset. Now my floor, I'll give 0.15 for floor offset and finish the floor with this tool. Now in my link area, I'll just choose the option of going in a helical, or you know what, I'll even choose the option of doing linear. Linear will allow me to go back and forth in a specific angle, but I can also choose the length of the angle that I want to go into. Say I'll do a length of 3mm. In other words, it's going to actually do a zigzag back and forth until it gets down to the bottom of the area, as shown over here. The length will be this angle that you'll see from here up until that point. I'll simply do now save and calculate and simulate. And if I use my solid verify simulation, you'll note that the tool goes back and forth into the part itself and then clears out the entire floor as shown over here. But you'll note there are certain areas that could not be machined because the tool did not have enough room to go through there. So that will deal with rest material. So I'll go back to my operation, click on Save and Copy to create a new operation. And this time I'll use a smaller tool for the finish, say my 8mm end mill. My levels will be the same as before. In my technology area, I'll have an offset of 0 in every one of those fields, and I will do what we call, I'll get rid of the floor because I'll be going down to the floor. I'll go down to my rest material area, choose rest, and in my data area I'll choose the option of a round profile, since I want to work just on the profiles itself, just on the walls themselves to finish those up. In my previous tool diameter, I can simply write here 10mm and then do just simply OK. In my links now, again, my lead in can now be an arc. My lead out will be the same. And then I'll do save and calculate. Now you'll see again in my simulation that the tool will go down and clear out the rest of those areas, finishing the entire inside pocket as shown here. Now, I'd like to go back for a moment to this particular operation that we did over here in my previous lesson, and let's just take a look at the simulation from this point. If I take a look at the simulation, what I don't like what's happening now in this finish cut is that my tool is going down, that when it gets to the final level, there's still material over here, and it's going directly down onto that material. I prefer that will go down into the empty area. In other words, the first machine this area out. So what I can do is as follows. I can simply take this rough cut that I've done for this area over here and simply drag it before that pocket itself. Now when I do my simulation for this pocket here, since that operation was already done, and I'll do now again solid verify, and as you can see, my solid verify has updated itself. My tool now will go down as shown here, but this time when it goes down to the next level, it does not go down on the material itself. That concludes our lessons on pocket machining. Thank you for joining us on SolidCAM Professor. Take care and have a nice day.